Hey, Mr. Framer, this is Austin with Ridgeline Results. I believe you spoke with my colleague James the other day about getting you this custom video for your site with some free tips about getting in front of your competitors online for porch building there in Chicago. So most likely you're asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, I'm glad I can read minds because oftentimes in the world of internet marketing, most local business owners are too busy running their own business to learn how online marketing can benefit them. And sometimes, the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is they don't know who an expert is and who isn't. So I have found by giving people a easy blueprint of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners saying, hey man, I like what you have to offer. I like what you do. Let's work together. So by the end of this call, if you want to take these tips and run and implement them yourself, no harm, no foul there. But if you want to talk to us about getting in front of more customers online, we'd love to set up a follow-up call with you. But let's get started. So a couple things I want to talk about today are going to be content on your site, and then the second is going to be backlinking, which is a vote from another site telling the search engines why you should be, number one in your industry and area. The third is going to be, we're going to talk a little bit about your local listing that is called your map listing. We're going to talk a little bit about optimization with that. So let's get started with content. And just looking at your site looks great. It looks like you guys do great work. But one thing I do notice is your H1 tag we want to have for something you want to rank, and you guys actually did do a good job there. Porch Builders in Chicago. I assume this is your H1. I'm going to inspect it just to make sure. Give it 1 second to load here. And that's definitely something you want to have in your title. It does not look like this is an H1 tag, so that's something you definitely want to set up as your main header. I do like the wording, that's exactly what I would do, but you want to set it up as your H1 tag. That's basically that's the most important part of content on your front page for the Google bot to crawl. That's telling Google what you want to rank for. And one thing I did notice, so you've got it there, but when you go to your meta tag or meta title here, it's actually your business name. So what you want here is you want to have that same thing. You want to have Porch Builder in Chicago over here. And that had a pretty good search volume here if we take a look at it. This is just a tool I use to see how many people search this stuff. So Porch Builders is pretty dang good, 100 people a month in your area. And while we're on this topic of keyword, I wanted to show you another one that I think you should definitely be targeting because the search volume for it is just humongous. It's huge. So we'll give it a second to load here, but I believe deck builders in Chicago was around 1,000 searches a month. Yeah, so we're looking at 1,000 and then 2,000 for deck builders near me in Chicago. So I think that's definitely one you want to optimize your site for. If you did like a service page that talked about deck building and you labeled that H1 header tag as deck building along with that meta title we talked about, definitely one you would want to rank for in that area if you build decks. Another thing with content is Google likes to see 1,000 words minimum on your home page to be like ranked number one, and you want to have like keyword rich content in there as well. So usually we like to go above and beyond and go at least 1,500 to 1,700 words of content on that home page, and definitely we'll do deep dive into keyword research and see what people are searching for. But looks like you got a pretty good chunk here, just need to beef it up a little bit. And then another good rule of thumb, so for service pages, I like to do around at least 500 words of content on those pages. And like I said, you want to title tag them the same as you would like this page. You want to title them, whatever service it is, deck building, let's see, back porches. You could do one for back porches, front porches, multi-story decks. It just depends on what the search volume is for all of those keywords. So that kind of wraps up content. As you can tell, content is very, very important to Google bots as far as ranking you. So it's something you definitely want to optimize. Let's go over to backlinks. We're going to talk about those for a second here. So backlinks, like I said, are a vote from another site to your site telling Google why you should be number one, why you're the most authoritative site in your industry in Chicago. So it looks like right here you've got 19 of them pointing towards you. What we would want to do is figure out what your competitors have for backlinks, and we'd want to copy all of their relevant, good backlinks, and then we'd want to, I usually like to throw at least 100 more on top of what they have. Good relevant ones, that are going to help get you ranked. So what I mean by relevant is you don't want to go get a link from Pizza Hut or Jimmy John's. That's not going to be very relevant to you as a porch builder. You want to get some from similar industries like landscaping, fence builders, deck builders in different areas, saying why you are the best. And then once we get into those relevant ones, that'll correlate with your citation and trust flow. So on these, we usually like to see a trust flow, more like this. I'd like to see 16 to 20 on those. I never get a link that is below 10 when I'm doing it. And we like to see our citation flow 25 to at least 30 over here. So for local businesses, that's just a really good rule of thumb to have those things up. But that kind of wraps up backlinking. I mean, if we talked or got way in depth with it, we'd be here all night talking about this. And the third thing I want to talk about is your local listing. So this is your map listing, and when you search, I just did a little search here, porch builders in Chicago, Illinois. And these are the three that are up top. That's what it'll look like when somebody searches for that. So what we want to do is get your local listing, this one here, map pack. And a couple ways we do that is you want to add a lot of photos to this thing, and you want to tell that Google bot, what the photo is. So you want to rename it. You want to rename it to something, like say you did a porch build in Naperville. You would name that thing, this is a new porch build in Naperville, or you did a porch remodel or porch repairs. You want to put those on there and be like porch repair in Chicago. You want to tell them what you're doing and where you're doing it. Because like I said, Google does not see photos. They only see the text behind the photo. Another thing with optimization on this is going to be reviews. We want to get a lot of reviews. We want to beat out your competitors with good reviews. And the way we do that is we have a reputation management sheet that we send out, to all previous customers. It's going to be asking them for a review. We've seen the best results by texting that sheet out to them and have them fill that out. If we go back, take a look at this, it looks like competitors have 33, 28, and 87 reviews. So essentially, this is the one you want to be. You want to beat 87 and continue to beat them as far as the amount you have. I think you had 15, so it's a good start at 4.7. That's not bad. Another thing with optimization on this is fully optimizing it. Filling out all the fields possible on this thing is going to get you in Google's good graces. They love to see it, filling out all their fields. It's kind of a pat on their back, like, hey, we gave you the software and we want you to utilize it, and they're going to reward you for that. So yeah, optimization is photos, reviews, and then definitely filling out everything on it. And then the last thing I wanted to show you here is I've got this awesome little tool that shows you where you rank for certain keywords in the city there. Sorry, we'll let this thing load up real quick. But it'll show us, different little dots here from where anyone would search, and that is where you show up in the map pack. I really apologize about the loading speed here. This thing pulls a lot of data, so it takes a little while to load. But anyway, we've got your business pulled up here, Framar Porches, Freckle Builders, and then the search was done today here, and our keyword was porch builders, which I think we saw was 100 searches a month. And when it pulls up here, we'll be able to show you just what I was talking about. I don't know why it popped up and then went away. But basically, so if someone's standing on this dot and they search porch builders, this is where you pop up in the map pack. And the most valuable spots, like I said, are going to be this 1, 2, and 3 spot on the Google Maps. So definitely right by your business is great. 1 and 2 there, but you want to be, 1 and 2 all across the board on this thing. And that's one thing we will do to get you there. We'll go and optimize everything, like we said in the video, to its fullest, and continue to optimize it with backlinks and local citations, which is your name, address, phone number cited on other websites across the web as well. So we're going to do all that stuff to get you up there in that top spot. And I just wanted to show you one of our customers we work with and what a good map looks like. And this map brings in, it's a lower search volume than you've got there, but it still brings us about 60 good qualified leads a month, which is huge in the deck building industry, as you well know. But we've got this one in the top 1, 2, and 3. Once it loads up here, you'll see that the main city line is kind of in the middle there, and we've got them all on the outskirts as well in those top spots. So it's definitely a good place and a place you want to be. We'll let it load up here just so you can see it, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So Fort Collins city limits here, and as you can tell, got them in these different areas as well. We get a lot of calls from these different areas outside of the city limits there. So a couple things we do that are pretty awesome I wanted to tell you about before we wrap this thing up is local lead domination. That is basically the process of us building websites in different areas that you want to service. So say you want to go service Naperville and Aurora or Elgin. We'll build a website in each of those areas. We'll brand it to your name, and we will have every single call and email forwarded straight to your business. And then we also, like we said, with the free tips there, that's called our SEO package and website optimization. That's another awesome one to get you ranked locally, and it's the most valuable online marketing strategy that you can do. Another two that are really awesome is Google Ads. That's a good way to get instant leads, outside of your main service area. So if you wanted to get out to those areas, like I said, Naperville, Aurora, Elgin, we could definitely run some optimized ad campaigns to get you more work, outside of your immediate location. And then the last one is Facebook ads, which are awesome for brand recognition and also to get cheap leads. I mean, they work very well, and we've seen a lot of great return on all 4 of those. So yeah, if this is something that you like and you liked what you saw in this video, we'd love to set up a call with you and learn a little bit more about your business and where you'd like to go in the next few years. And if not, if you want to take these tips and run, that's totally fine too. But look forward to hearing from you and hope this video helped. Have a great day. Bye.